dear friend of mine, a mentor, elder brother, whatever you will term it. In India, you see, people discuss not age gap, right? How can we do all kind of communicators? I'm not that young, but still younger than you. But we have good friends since 2012. I remember since 2012, he came to us first time as a commissioner, and since then, we've been knowing each other. It's been a wonderful journey. Being a friend of Ramesh Negi Sir.
Of getting up at 3:30 in the morning, and so in the morning one would go out a little better because in hills the sky is clear and we would all study even outside. So you are very lucky today, you have electricity, you have air conditioners, you are in a very modern world, and I started from there. Sometimes people think that officers who get into high positions are from rich families, only from cities. It is not true. Anybody can, with hard work, reach anywhere. So as I said that, we have studied in kerosene lamps. That was the time when you call candlelight. No, in candlelight you studied, but well, candle is also a Western concept. You need, candle is a chemistry there. So we used to have no candles, but only kerosene. That's one. Secondly, very important thing is communication. Now you are lucky you have communication in English, good communication. In our time we studied only Hindi medium. And English we started from 6th standard, but all up to 10th we were in the school, it was all Hindi medium. So first of all you have to clear your mind that it is not a privilege of a particular language, that if you know English only then you can go ahead. It is not a privilege of city people. Anyone, anywhere can go. We have in Arunachal today, you have IAS officers, you have generals, you have doctors. Though Arunachal has been little late in picking up the development strategy. But today Arunachal is one of the finest examples of national integration as well as progressive ideas. That being the first thing that you have to in your mind take it and make it a conviction that you are no less than anyone. You are perfect. God creates us as perfect human beings. It's only our confidence and little bit of effort. And you go ahead. Now coming to civil services, we all have to look back at why we want to be here. Is it my family? Is it myself? What is my inspiration? I'll come later to how the interview can be taken, but some fundamentals are very important. Why you choose it? Do you seek power? There was a time when bureaucrats did not have big cars. In Kerala, till 57, they never wanted IAS officers. It was a communist government. Mr. Nehru had to go to meet the chief minister and say that, yes, please take, it is part of federal system. So, at that time, I was trained in Kerala. Duty cadre, we were sent to all states, and I was surprised to know that time, even SDM did not have a vehicle. They were given motorcycles by the communist government. They didn't have money. Today, of course, you have all the facilities. Maybe many of you are really impressed by the glamour of an APPSC officer or an IAS officer. Big car, red light, a gunman. If that is the only attraction for you, then there is something lacking. Correct? First, think in your mind, why do you want to join civil services? Is it power only, or you think, well, power is there, money is there, respect is there? And we also see today, in the last 10, 15 years, there are very bad examples also coming in media. That we are not maintaining our integrity and correct. So first thing you have to choose why you want to be here. Be sincere, be honest. As in Christianity there is a confession, you have to do confession with yourself. Why you want to be a civil servant? Because you have done your graduation. Suppose you were to become a doctor, you would have taken that choice earlier. Some people took the choice of being an engineer. Everyone is important in the society. The doctor is important, engineer is important, business is important, and we normally forget the role of the farmer. Right? We never respect, we never give that importance to the farmer. The basics of the society and humanity, unit basic is food, water and air. Water and air is given by the nature, but food somebody has to produce. Somebody is producing food for yourself. And when you take your food each time, I think that's a time to respect the farmer. They are very fundamental things. In every religion, first thing they say is that we are grateful to nature. Because nature gives us air, water, everything. But a city child doesn't know that the nature gives water. They think it is the water supply department gives water. You are very lucky you are from villages, hills. You understand nature gives water, but you talk to a child in Delhi, they'll say, oh, water is coming in tap. By whom? Jal board. But if you ask Arunachal person, he'll say, oh, water is coming from river. People in cities are not seeing rivers. I saw in Delhi when I was additional commissioner. I hope you have no time to spend. I want them to be comfortable. So, one tourist was there. In a busy road in Delhi, there was a traffic jam because two cows were sleeping on the road. I was going to my office and I had that horn. My driver put the horn, other than those cows got up. This American tourist was taking photograph with his daughter of that cow. He said, please, let my daughter see the cow in reality. In America, we never see cow in reality, we see only on the TV. And I have to tell my daughter that this is the milk which comes from cow. Because she knows milk from a big Tetra Pak. So the people in the village, you are very privileged. You have better knowledge. More original and honest information. In the cities and outside, it is a processed information. That's why for them milk coming from Amul or which company or that company. But you know the reason. That's one. So please think very seriously in your mind that them later on also regret. They say, oh, I could have made more money being a contractor. When I joined IAS, we had a deputy director. He asked us that if you think money is more important, then government service is not there. It will give you reasonable, respectable money to survive with dignity. But it cannot give you money of a businessman. So our senior deputy director in IAS Academy, he was an IAS officer, he said, if you think that money is important, then you are mistaken. Here, service is important. Survival is ensured by the government. Then the second question comes. This first question is yours. Why I want to be in civil services? Second question is, why does government need civil services? You have to think of it. Think this question. Why does government need civil service? Why do they hire you? Have you ever thought? Your parents must have hired a driver. You hire a driver for a particular service because you need a service. Bureaucracy is required in our constitution. We need a system to run. And when you hire a driver, you would like the best driver, not simply the speed, responsible, honest. Correct? There is a smart driver, good looking, but he is not honest. He can sell your diesel in your car. We have seen in government. I have been in government for 35 years. In many cases, officers, drivers in the evening will sell the petrol in because many did not catch them. So, a smart driver, but he sells petrol. Smart to look at, but not very courteous, not humble. Humble to the boss, but not to the family or not to the guests. So when you hire a driver, you would see efficiency. You will see communication. He speaks softly. Decency. So it's a job market. It's a government job market. You are also in the market. Government wants to choose you. You must have skills, driving skills. You should be a good driver. A good doctor. So first is the skill. Second is communication, courteous. And most important is integrity and honesty. When you are trusting your driver a car costing, let us say, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, you can sell the petrol. Many times in government, they go for fake repair. They will say, साहब जी गाड़ी बहुत खराब है, इंजन ठीक करना है, वो 20,000 का फर्जी बिल बना के लाएगा, गाड़ी तो ठीक है, तो वो करवाएगा, पैसे खाएगा. He's a good driver, smart, मीठा बोलता है, but he's not honest. So his skill is very good, but he's not honest. The final quality is honesty. Are we honest to our parents? Right now you are not earning. You are eating, you are spending, you are enjoying your parents' money. If you are honest to your parents, so you should not waste money. Similarly, when you will be an officer, government will give you power, vehicle, authority, you are not to waste. Right now also you should not waste your parents' money. One is being honest to the parents, honest to the organization. There is another larger issue, honest to the society. You can be honest to the society beyond being honest to the family by being a good citizen. If you litter on the road, throw plastic on the road, you are not honest with the society. If you waste water, even in your family, you're paying for your water, but you're wasting it. You think that I must have 3 buckets of water to bathe, but everyone doesn't get that. So you have to be honest to the society. And final honesty, now people are realizing you have to be honest to the nature. You have to protect nature. So government will hire you if you have good skills, if you have good communication, and finally if you are honest. And your honesty can be tested from first whether you are honest to your parents. You are not wasting their money. A person who wastes his parents' money will never be honest to you. Would you agree? You should think on this. But what are the skills of, as I said, government will hire you for skills, communication, honesty. But typically a bureaucrat, why do they need a bureaucrat? Is it simply that yes, I have to run the system? We have a traffic inspector who checks the traffic, controls it. We have RTOs who give licenses. But then we have departments where people have to think innovation, growth, development in agriculture, horticulture. You have to think of new ideas with changing times. So, bureaucrats will have to be having, along with other things, a very big quality and skill is, first is rule of, knowledge of rules, laws, then training. All of you will not be a lawyer, but when you become a magistrate, SDM or Tahsildar or whatever you call it, you have circle officer, you will be applying a lot of laws, but you are not required to be a lawyer, they train you. But very important part is your temperament to perceive, imbibe and learn. So first quality an officer must have, along with other which I said, honesty of course, is the ability to learn. Many people study only for the examinations, become officers and they stop learning. They are good for themselves, but they are not good for the system. Things are changing every day. You have to study every day what is happening. Right now you must be studying all Iran war, Gaza, Ukraine. But there are many people who once they start learning, they just don't read. They don't keep themselves there. You will have to be active every day. Luckily today, social media will keep firing you with so much of information you cannot avoid. But then there is so much of garbage which comes to your house if you keep your windows open. You have to have nets. That's why mosquitoes and garbage doesn't come in your house. Similarly, your mind today, there is so much of garbage through information, media, your mind will have to filter. Firstly, there is no point wasting the energy of the mind in handling garbage. It should handle thoroughly food. As we say that, consider your stomach, your body, a very pious, respectable machine to consume the food, not a go down for anything garbage. Correct? In many religions, body is considered very pure, the highest form of creation. It goes to the extent that they keep on washing their hands 3 times, 4 times. Isn't it? The purity of the body you have to maintain. Your body is God's biggest gift and you have to keep its purity. No drugs, no bad habits. God created such a fine thing. When you were born, perhaps, I know I am a father, when you will become a father or a mother, the happiness which you get when God creates the finest thing for you is the child. Parents respect that, but we don't know that we are finest creation of God. and biggest happiness for our parents. So we live a disciplined life, keep ourselves pure, away from the vices. And that same everywhere, even in the bureaucracy, you will have to be away from temptation. So I said, first thing you have to think why you want to. Secondly, what government expects from you. What your role is and what your qualities have to be. Now in life to be successful, now I'm 68 years, my one learning is that it is the discipline which is most important. If somebody cannot get up in the morning at 6 o'clock, so he cannot follow the nature's discipline, I think that person is a little difficult to succeed. It may appear to be very gentle, but nature has its own way. When the sun rises, all living beings have to get up. So discipline is not only getting up, it is a discipline. The discipline of getting up, discipline of doing work. So discipline is very important. Qualities you will have to yourself list for yourself that these are the qualities which will make me a good human being. And if you are a good disciplined human being, government will hire you. Because you have a lot of skills, you have done graduation. You are no less than anyone. You can compete with anyone. But you have to have confidence. And a system is very important in the system. Now I come to how the preparation should be. Of course, Mr. Singh is an expert. He must have trained thousands. He would know the best how to prepare for it. Correct? But I will speak to you my experience with the APPSC. I have been there for 7 years, going for civil services, forest, even others. Earlier also in the government I have been going and representing the government. So, now first thing when you go to UPSC or Public Service Commission here, they know in their mind that you are well qualified person. You are brilliant. That is why you are qualified. After 1,000 sitting, few hundreds qualified, isn't it? So first thing is very much understood. They would not like to test you on facts. And many times it is the weakness of the interview board that they also start asking facts. Facts are generally not to be asked, but you should know. Because somebody who is asking questions, there is no limit on it. They have no doubt. In UPSC, whenever the interview starts, every day, chairman holds a meeting with all the 7 boards. Each board has 1 chairman, who is a member, and 5 experts. And 1 expert is definitely from the psychology. So in UPSC, the chairman tells everybody we are not to ask questions on facts. Why should I ask somebody that Akbar was born in how much, 1526 or 16 something, or that is not to be asked. Should not be. But anyway, people can ask. Interview is not to check your factual knowledge. Now what do they want to check? We are told, firstly, you will not ask facts. Second, you are to help make candidate comfortable. We are not to overpower the candidate. It is not a rejection process. It is a positive process. Selection process, helping candidate to speak better, speak honestly, helping candidate to be comfortable. keep away from your mind that they are testing you. No. Their mandate is to make you comfortable first, not to scare you. Some of them can always ask, oh, why are you wearing white shirt? That is not to scare you. That is just to know how comfortable you are to answer a question. You can say, well, I like white color, or you can say, well, it's a bright day. You can be very natural, you can be humorous. Unexpected questions come. Correct? So, keep in your mind that interview is not to antagonize, intimidate, or reject. It is to give you the best environment to what do they want to know. That, number one, you are a very, very serious person. Correct? If you are serious as far as your studies go. You are very serious. You studied. पास हो गया, इतने नंबर आ गए. Serious सिर्फ किताब पढ़ने का नहीं. कोटा फैक्ट्री फिल्म देखी आप? सभी देख लेंगे. वो है कि बस सिंपली हमको किताब पढ़ना है. लेकिन यूपीएससी beyond that. Officers beyond that. We are not determining somebody on marks. कि भाई इतने मार्क्स आए इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में पास हो गए. इसलिए यूपीएससी में और यहाँ गवर्नमेंट जो है इंटरव्यू रखती है. उसका कारण they don't want machine, they want thinking mind, sensitive minds. You know, thinking mind, sensitive minds. And first of all, aware minds. Are you aware? Now, first question anyone asks, like I would always ask, I would ask about the village from where the person comes. Because when I went to the IAS interview, I was asked, which is your village? I said, this is the village. You define your village. Now, no coaching told me how to define my village, because that time there was no coaching concept. There was no question. So I defined my village. My village is this, it has this. Then somebody asked that, has electricity come? I said, yes. I said, can you tell us two benefits of electricity which have happened to the women? It was, I just paused, thought. I said, yes. The tuberculosis in the hills has gone down. Because earlier we used to burn firewood for light. And it is very cold. Our place used to have snow for 3 months. Windows are very small. Because of cold you have to keep house closed. And inside there is no electricity. For light also we are using firewood. Lot of smoke. And they appreciate it, that's right. So with light, your carbon intake goes down. Otherwise, whole families, taking the carbon inside. So those are things, unexpected questions, but you have to be aware. First question can be about your village, your tribe, and your district. And they can ask you what are 3 major problems of your district. That is why they want aware minds and sensitive minds. An aware mind would know what are problems of my district. And a sensitive mind would know a solution. Suppose you have a district where there is a water crisis. Arunachal is lucky you don't have water crisis, except in January, February. You have water problems in Tera or certain areas. Suppose there is somebody from Rajasthan, definitely say I have a water crisis. He is aware. But then say, what's your solution? How do you handle your water? Are you sensitive to save water? So awareness is first thing. Anywhere you go, they'll ask about yourself, district, and problems of your area. Unless you know that, many people would study America, Russia, but I go for interview and I take interview. My question would be mainly on local. If a person is not aware of his village or district or state, what is the use of knowing about Canada and Siberia? No use.